to get that back.
Sign it.
Yeah, sign the contract. Cause I want to take everything. I ain't leaving nothing. I want to take everything. Bro, when people, what I got from that is he's a hater. You don't know me as a person. Let's say you don't like me. Like, you don't know me. Like, you feel me? And I don't give a fuck. Him. And everybody that cool with him. I mean, with him.
Same question for you. You're a proud father.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis has finally fired back. After months of silence, controversy, and a canceled mega fight, Tank just responded to Terence Crawford with one of the coldest, most aggressive callouts we've seen in years. And when Tank snapped, "Sign the contract," it didn't just spark hype, it reignited a rivalry that has been simmering for years, a rivalry that might now be unavoidable. Because at this moment in boxing, you have two men heading in completely opposite directions. Crawford is on top of the world, undisputed, undefeated, fresh off outclassing Canelo Alvarez at 168, becoming a three-division undisputed champion, and meeting with Saudi Arabia's Turki Al-Sheikh for more historic fights.
Mayweather or Crawford?
Crawford all day long.
Be surprised at how good Crawford was in there with Canelo.
I always said to everyone that Crawford is a fantastic fighter, skilled, movement. He has everything that it takes to become the best, and there's no one there to touch him in this game. So when the Canelo fight was announced with Crawford, I said to everyone that Crawford's gonna win. People looked at me like, "Are you sure? Like, is he big enough?" I go, "Trust me, Crawford is big enough, he's strong enough, and he can beat Canelo." And guess what? He went there and did it.
Meanwhile, Tank Davis is coming off one of the roughest years of his career. A controversial draw with Lamont Roach, a canceled Jake Paul event due to legal trouble, public silence, and constant criticism about his legacy.
Tank Davis is not the face of boxing because he doesn't fight often. He fights once a year. And he's probably one of the best talents in the world. I love Tank Davis. I love watching him fight. I love when he goes in the ring and just demonstrates power and speed and he doesn't give a shit. I love that. But he has to fight more often. We want to see Tank fight 3-4 times a year. Tank Davis, I dare you to break my record. 5 world title fights in 1 year. Let's go.
You think he's lost?
So why is Tank suddenly barking at the pound-for-pound king? To understand that, we have to go back to where this beef really started. Because Tank and Crawford have been circling each other for years, throwing jabs on social media long before fans ever imagined they'd fight.
Gervonta Davis say you need the money.
Shit.
What's going on with you and Gervonta?
If I'm a boxer, he a boxer, you a boxer, we all need the money.
I ain't doing it for free.
Thank you.
What if Gervonta said, "Hey, I'll come up to 154. I'll come up to 154 while you talking."
Oh man.
You go to you'll fight Gervonta at 154?
I wish him the best. That's all I'm gonna say.
Why do they come? Is it because they feel they need to come for the guy that seems like he's on the top right now? And right now, you're the guy on the top, so everybody's taking Ryan Garcia.
The latest spark came when Crawford posted a simple line. "I see somebody mad they wasn't invited to the Ring Magazine gala." He didn't say Tank's name. He didn't have to. Tank took the bait instantly. And from that moment, everything exploded. Tank clapped back, "And I still make more than you." Crawford replied with one of the most surgical counters in boxing trash talk history. First thing a dumb rich person says to another rich person is, "I got more money than you. I own more investments than you. I don't owe $1 in taxes, and you can't buy anything I can't buy." From there, Tank got emotional. He started attacking Crawford's legacy, saying Crawford isn't chasing greatness, he's chasing paychecks. He said Bud only fights top guys because he has to, not because he wants to. Then Tank threw the lowest blow of all, dragging Crawford's wife into the argument with a tweet so nasty and disrespectful he deleted it minutes later. But screenshots never die. Fans saw it, media saw it, Crawford saw it, and Bud didn't let it slide.
If we was to fight right now on the streets, I'll break your fucking neck. And that's on my kids. And you know it, I know it, and the whole world know it. And I'm not talking about no fighting in the ring. If me and you was to fight outside, I will break your neck.
This wasn't just trash talk anymore, it was personal. Crawford has always been the type to settle issues in the ring. Tank has always been the type to escalate drama outside of it. And now, the entire boxing world is asking the same question. Are we finally heading toward a Crawford versus Davis super fight? Before we answer that, let's understand where both fighters stand right now. Crawford is untouchable. He beat Spence. He beat Madrimov. He beat Canelo. He's undefeated. He's the king of 3 divisions. He has options at 154, 160, 168, maybe even 175 if he wants legacy over comfort.
Who do you think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. Like he's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather is really good too, though. You can knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have had the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because it's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
Everyone wants to fight him. Saudi Arabia wants to build around him. Turkey Alaushik literally treats him like a generational star.
Crawford and Canelo, I'm pretty sure.
Shakur and Tank?
That would be dope. That would be dope. But if Tank was not so cocky to be on a Terence Crawford undercard, that would be dope. But I don't see Tank taking a backseat to no fighter.
Tank, meanwhile, is fighting for control of the narrative. His draw with Roach hurt him. The controversial knee moment that should have been a knockdown had fans questioning his IQ. Terence Crawford even went on Club Shay Shay and said Roach deserved the win. He said Tank was overconfident. He said Tank didn't take Roach seriously. That alone was enough to poke a hole in Tank's pride. But the Jake Paul cancellation made things even worse.
Jake Paul versus Tank Davis, they just announced the fight. What's your instant reaction to that?
I don't know what's going to happen with a 135-pounder going up against a 200-pounder. I think it's not a real fight. Jake just too big. Tank ain't gonna be able to get in from that jab. Jake land one good punch on Tank, it's over with.
Tank needed a comeback moment. Instead, he got headlines about a lawsuit and a broken event. And while Tank denies everything and insists Paul canceled the fight for his own reasons, the damage was already done. His name wasn't in boxing headlines for skill or success. It was in headlines for drama. So what does a fighter do when their image starts slipping? They look for the biggest fight possible, the biggest challenge possible, the biggest redemption arc possible. And there is no bigger name in boxing right now than Terence Crawford. But here's the twist. Tank didn't just call out Bud. Crawford went at Tank first, subtly, but sharply. He joked about Tank not being invited to the ring gala. He laughed at Tank's reactions. He questioned Tank's achievements. He questioned Tank's opposition. And then he threw the most painful jab of all. By the way, little guy, you definitely not making more than me. Who you been fighting? That's why you talking about fighting Ryan again. That line right there hit Tank harder than any punch Roach landed. Because deep down, Tank knows the truth. Crawford is fighting Canelo. Crawford is making history. Crawford is headlining global supercards. Crawford is on a career high and Tank isn't.
It's wild, because if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, then I didn't, but then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, yeah, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time. Yes. That makes a difference to people.
Who do you think's better out of those two? Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. Like he's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather is really good too, though. You can't knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because it's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
And that's where this entire story shifts. Imagine you're Gervonta Davis. You're used to being the star, the knockout machine, the pay-per-view attraction. You headlined Atlanta, you headlined Vegas, you had celebrities courtside. You were the future. And suddenly, real-life problems knock you off track. The division moves on. The pound-for-pound list moves on. The fans move on. That's why Tank snapped. Because for the first time in his career, he's the one being talked down to.
Is that where we stand right now with Canelo Crawford? Yeah. Is that where we stand with Canelo Crawford? Because you're saying just because both are great, everybody wants to face each other. So is that where we're at right now with Canelo Crawford?
No. Crawford needs the money.
Crawford needs the money?
Yeah, he had a chance to win.
But
and another thing, bro, I don't be wanting to, how these guys is, then you get hurt against,
Madrimov?
Who?
There you talk about Crawford got touched by Madrimov? Is that what you're saying?
No, you got clipped by Gamboa, right?
Yeah,
right? How the fuck is
he?
He's looking this strong over the past year. I mean, these years. He ain't been getting clipped or nothing. So now, that's that snack shit. I'm telling you. Y'all laugh. I'm telling you. And that guy that a part of it, he been caught before. He went to jail for it.
So when Crawford dropped a brutal warning, basically telling Tank that he's irrelevant, that he couldn't survive at Crawford's level, that his money won't last, Tank did what Tank does best. He went nuclear. He fired straight back, signed the contract. He said it publicly. He said it with venom. He said it knowing Crawford would see it, and he said it knowing fans would go insane. But here's the reality most fans don't want to accept. Crawford versus Tank is almost impossible right now. The size difference is massive. Crawford is fighting at 168. Tank struggles to make 135 and is tiny even for 140. Crawford just faced Canelo. Tank is dealing with Roach, Cruz, and potentially legal setbacks.
Tank Davis, he got arrested. I mean, any thoughts on that one?
He did, huh? Again?
Yeah, again.
Hey, look, I actually like Tank Davis. He's a good, he's a good kid. He's a good fighter, a great fighter, actually. He's one of my favorites. Just get your that's it, basically. Just shit, you don't hit women, man.
Crawford's 37 years old and looking toward final legacy fights. Tank is 30 and trying to rebuild momentum. They are in completely different lanes.
Tank would never even think about to come up to 154.
All right, what about 47 though?
Yes, if he get to pick his opponent. But Tank would never come from 35 to 54.
Y'all got into it on social media around that time. Is that just you being competitive, like when that happens? Or is it like...
I just really don't like that dude.
Why though?
Cause I just don't like him. Like, I really don't like him. That's like
just not your cup of tea. That's just not your...
I don't like nothing about him. I just feel like, he just one of these little arrogant little dudes that's using what he got to shield him. He got a lot of security guards around him, and he in the limelight and stuff like that. But in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah.
But like his core personality and his ways, nah.
And yet, the beef is too real to ignore. The disrespect has gone too far. The fans are too invested. Whenever Crawford and Tank go at each other online, the entire internet stops. This isn't fantasy matchmaking anymore. This is a rivalry. One of the few real rivalries left in the sport. And honestly, Tank needs this rivalry more than Crawford does. Crawford is chasing undisputed greatness. Tank is chasing relevance again. Crawford is fighting the biggest names in the world. Tank is fighting to prove he isn't declining. Crawford is in the champion phase of his story. Tank is in the redemption arc.
Who do you think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. Like he's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because it's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
Which brings us to the biggest question of this entire situation. Does Tank actually want to fight Crawford, or does he just want to fight Crawford's spotlight? Because Bud isn't Ryan Garcia. He isn't Leo Santa Cruz. He isn't Rolly Romero. He isn't Frank Martin. Crawford is technical perfection with knockout power. He switches stances. He breaks you down mentally. He neutralizes aggression. And most importantly, he destroys counterpunchers. Tank thrives on counters. Crawford thrives on taking away your counters. Stylistically, this might be Tank's worst nightmare, and Bud knows it. That's why he clowns Tank. That's why he speaks with confidence. That's why he laughs at the idea that Tank thinks he makes more money. Crawford genuinely believes Tank is beneath him, and he's not shy about saying it. But Tank sees something else. He sees an opportunity. A chance to fight the pound-for-pound king. A chance to silence every critic. A chance to erase the Roach fight. A chance to reset the narrative. And even if the fight can't happen immediately, Tank knows this rivalry brings him exactly what he needs. Attention, pressure, motivation, and leverage. If Tank beats Cruz in 2026, if he looks explosive, if he regains momentum, suddenly Crawford versus Tank becomes realistic. Suddenly the weight difference becomes negotiable. Suddenly the payday becomes irresistible. Suddenly the internet wants it so badly, the promoters have no choice but to consider it.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great, he can be like all the other fighters that's moving up 2 weight classes and daring to be great.
You would fight him,
man. Tell him to come up there.
He got to come to win 54.
He said I got a glass chin, so tell him to come and touch it.
Wow, man. Gervonta said you got a glass.
He said I got a glass chin. Tell him to come and touch it.
At 147?
At 147. I'll make 147 for him.
Ooh, see, oh man.
He gonna have a pre-camp.
Then what the people gonna say? Oh, he's beating up on little guys.
I don't know.
Because drama sells, beef sells, and this beef is hotter than anything we've seen in years. So here's the final question for you. Not who wins, not what weight should it be. The real question is this. Do you actually think Gervonta Davis wants this smoke? Or is he playing with fire he knows he can't survive? Drop your thoughts below. This rivalry is far from over, and if both men keep talking like this, 2026 might deliver one of the wildest matchups in boxing history. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Fight Field. I'll catch you in the next video.